Hello, I'm Jordan, aka Colonel. This is kind of my first vlog for my channel, and at the same time, it is me entering a competition to win a guitar from Rob Chapman of Chapman Guitars slash Drift City Guitars. And what I kind of want to do is I talk about on my channel sometimes how I'm a musician, how music's a part of my life, and how awesome it is. So I'm kind of wanting to go over a history of my guitars and of the three guitars I currently own. So I started out with an Esteban acoustic guitar. It was the first guitar I owned. My uncle gave it to me. I loved it, and I'm kind of sad that when I got this guitar, I broke the other one for fun. And looking back on it, I'm not too happy I did that. That's a big regret. But I don't know how old when I did that. So, and then my first electric guitar was a PV Rockmaster. It was one pickup, one volume knob, and it was okay for starting. So, my first, what I'm going to call real decent electric guitar is this guitar. It is I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's a Vineyard Stratocaster. It is a knockoff. It's actually a really good, for like being a knockoff, it's a good sounding guitar. It's a alder body, it's got maple veneer, it's a maple neck, gloss maple, rosewood fingerboard, tuners of some sort, pickups of some sort, switch thingy that does this, knobs that do this, and this guitar is, it's been through the literal blood, sweat, and tears of from age 12 to now, because I still own this guitar. I'm probably never going to get rid of this guitar. Got this when I was 12, after my parents realized my PV Rockmaster, or I think it was a Rockmaster, was not sufficient enough. I got this with a Vox VT15. I still have that Vox in my basement. So this is my three pickup. I kind of use this as it's my bluesy rock, my blues rock. I play Eric Clapton, all the Strat stuff on this guitar, and I love this thing. It sounds amazing for a $400 guitar. Eventually, one day, I'm going to put new pickups in this, and it'll just be a master of all of that is guitars. So, the next guitar I got is probably the most emotional one for me. It is my acoustic. Now, this one's got the special custom strap with my initials, and it's got a flying pig. I'll explain the flying pig in a second. But this is a Takamine Monster Edition. I put a monster sticker on there. It's Takamine EG450. You can hear the guitar picks in there. It's acoustic electric. Spruce top, maple back and sides, maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, and it is the most beautiful sounding acoustic guitar I've probably heard in a while. Now, why this guitar is so emotional? I got this on I think it was my 17th birthday. And when I got it, I actually didn't receive this guitar. It was a piece of paper that had a picture of a guitar similar to this one, and it said, "This is a coupon for one free Takamine EG450 SMC-SB." And I first went to the guitar store to get it on February 1st, and they didn't have it in. And then I went in February 10th, and I finally got it. Now this guitar, my mom kind of made this happen. So, I associate this guitar with my mom a lot. And the reason is, I got this guitar on February 10th, and on February 13th, that same year, my mom passed away from cancer. Which is why I call this guitar Patty Ann. I name all my guitars. My Strat, this is Bo, after an uncle who died in Iraq, fighting in Iraq. And whenever I'm just sitting on the couch, I spend a lot of time, like even I'm recording this video, sitting on a couch, and I'll just this whole time I'm thinking of my mom and how much I miss her, but at the same time I think of all the happy stuff that goes on, that went on. And this guitar has kind of been through like my full journey of becoming an actual, like, playing in bands and being a real musician. Like, I've always been a real musician, but playing with other people was never really my thing up until I got this guitar. And then I was kind of forced into it. So, I mean, it's got a really nice ring. It's a little beat up because, it's what guitars get a little beat up sometimes. But it's just a really, really pretty sounding. It plays really nice. Tunes really well. Stays in tune perfectly. Action on it is perfect. I've never had to adjust a single thing on this guitar. And it's just been an absolute dream to own. The next guitar I owned, I'm not gonna say it was a mistake to buy, but it kind of was. I was fairly inexperienced with doing the whole setting up guitars and changing the strings, and then I bought a guitar with Floyd Rose. Now, I didn't like the thing, mostly because Floyd Roses aren't for me, number one. And number two, it was, I spent an hour changing strings on it. And I didn't really like that, so I just sold it, and with the money I got from that, I bought the next guitar, which was a dream since I found Rob Chapman's channel. I'd always been I watched some of his reviews. I didn't know he owned a guitar company. And then one day I was watching a review of an amplifier, and he was holding a Stratocaster-shaped guitar with a humbucker. And I thought that guitar, that sounds perfect for me, because I like playing rock, metal, blues. I'm an all-over-the-place guitar player, which is, kind of why I really love Chapman guitars. And I bought this. It is my Chapman Guitars ML1 in Antique Burst. It is, I don't know, I think number 163, made in Korea, Monkey Lord approved. And this guitar, I got this when I first moved to Kansas, or a little after I moved to Kansas, and um, I literally played it so much at first. I don't play it a lot right now because I mostly play my acoustic guitar because I haven't for a while. I didn't really have a band to play in. But when I first got it, I had to clean the neck. Like it was so I was playing it so much so often that I would actually have to clean the neck every other week. Which, some people said it was just the fact that I had dirty hands, but I literally had this guitar that, like, if I wasn't excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. If I didn't wasn't at school, or I wasn't like at somewhere else, if I was home, this guitar was in my hand, and it's like the neck profile is perfect for my style. It's got every tone. I've learned if it's in the humbucker position and coil tapped, at least to my ear, this guitar sounds like a Telecaster, which is my favorite tone. Like for just jamming around, I love the sound of like the Brad Paisley Telecaster country tone. I really like that. And then I can push it down, and it's got some grunge, or not grunge, but it's got the body of a humbucker. And then this has got like an almost acoustic sounding neck pickup, and then the middle pickup is to die for. I love everything about this guitar. And it brings me to my next guitar. This guitar. Um, so this is my ML3, aptly named Cherry, as you can tell by the color. She's a one-of-a-kind guitar for a one-of-a-kind with a one-of-a-kind history that I really kind of want. I mean, I have no necessarily need for it, but to get a Telecaster shaped guitar would kind of be a dream come true, because I like the classic shapes of guitars, so I want to eventually own one of all three classic shapes, which I consider the classic shapes to be the Strat, the Les Paul shape, and the Telecaster shape. And I my main goals. I'm in a kind of two bands right now. One of them's like metal, like Slipknot, Dream Theater, Stone Sour, that kind of band. And then I'm also in this kind of jam band. Like we get together and we bullshit around, we laugh, we talk, we play a little, and it's fun. And that guitar being one of a kind, when I'm hanging out with the one of a kind group that is this band I'm in, that we don't even have a name for, like 5 songs, and we could learn a ton of songs if we really got to it, but it's a one of a kind guitar that would fit what this band I have is doing, which is trying to be one of a kind, doing pop songs in a country feel, doing metal songs in a country feel. We just want, it's a one of a kind guitar, and that's why I want this guitar, because it will not only it has a history now of being the one of a kind, heritage Chapman guitar, but I will take this guitar and use it as a guitar and create another history to stack on top of what it has, and hopefully use it in the studio, 1,000 times or whatever. That's what I want in a guitar. And I think that's really why I want this guitar. Want want Cherry, which is what it was just named. Although, something like Rose or something would be more fun for me. But I love the name Cherry. So that is my history of my guitars. Every guitar I've owned. This is the Colonel. Seeing my pretty face, not so pretty face for the first time on my channel, and I bid you adieu.